Hey guys, I'm Oxy, and in this video I'm gonna show you all the legendary effects that are getting a buff in the next patch. But before that, if you like this kind of video, you can press the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, join the best Discord server in the world, and if you want to support the channel, you can do it here on YouTube, being a channel member or on Patreon. Supporters do get early access to all of my videos, your name is gonna be in my videos, and they get supporters only videos. You can find the link in the description for all those. And now enjoy the video, guys. So the first legendary effect that is gonna get a buff in the next patch is gonna be the Assassin legendary effect. As you can see right now, the Assassin legendary effect is giving you plus 10% damage to humans, but with the next patch is gonna be buffed to 50% more damage against humans, so that's a big buff for Assassin. I'm really curious how viable it's gonna be after this Assassin, because looks like they're giving it a 40% buff, which is really high, and they really want us to use this kind of weapons. I'm curious how this is gonna affect PvP also. Are people actually gonna start to look for Assassin's weapon to use them in PvP? Anyway, let's go to the next one. Berserker is getting also a damage buff. It's actually gonna be a change for Berserker, which is gonna be quite nice. So it's saying remove the damage debuff and damage resistant, it's 80 or higher. What this actually mean that we can have some damage resistant now, and we're not gonna get a debuff for it, right? If you remember, I did make a Berserker stealth commando build, which you can watch in the comment section or in the video description. And on that build they did use a full level 1 leather chameleon armor set to have very low damage resistant, but I was getting a little bit of damage debuff because I was still having some damage resistance. So with the next patch this is gonna be much more better. We can have some damage resistant, and we can do also some really good damage with Berserker. So I'm really curious how many people are gonna switch now to Berserker, and I'm really curious how much damage you're gonna be able to push with this kind of build. And Blooded, also if you didn't know, Blooded is getting again a nerf with the next patch. Yes, it's here and it's saying Blooded is getting a minus 20% debuff. No, I'm just kidding. Calm down, guys. I was just kidding. Haha, got you. And finally, Mutant is getting also a buff. We was waiting for this for such a long time. So Mutant is gonna get a buff. You're gonna get plus 5% damage per mutation, max to plus 25% more damage. So this is actually good. It's gonna be much more better. We're not just gonna get only 10% permutation, we're gonna get 5% permutation. I mean, if they would give us really 10% permutation, maybe it would be too much, but they're giving us 5% now, and we're gonna have in a total of 25%. So actually, Mutant is gonna be much more viable, and I'm really curious if it's gonna be out damaging maybe the two-shot legendary effect or Junkies, because from what I noticed, Junkies is pretty weak these days. The next legendary effect that is getting a buff with the next patch, it's 33% VAT hit chance. Now this one is getting also a massive buff. It's gonna be plus 50% VAT hit chance, not 33 anymore. This is pretty huge, and I'm curious how much is gonna help a full health stealth commando build. Is that gonna make much more difference? I'm really curious about this one, but this one it's a really welcome one. I mean, 50% more VATSI chance, that's pretty massive and good. And finally, the Nocturnal legendary effect, it's actually gonna be useful now. So what is gonna be changed about the Nocturnal legendary effect? You can see right now in the description it's saying damage increase with night and decrease with the day. So they're gonna remove the debuff. So you're not gonna get minus damage during the day, and they actually said in the patch notes that they buff the nighttime damage. So we're gonna get even more damage at night, and we're just gonna do normal damage at day. So this is really gonna make Nocturnal armor viable, and it's the same thing with the Nocturnal armor. It's also removed the debuff, which is just perfect. And the legendary effect Suppressor is getting also a buff. So as you can see right now, it's saying reduce your target damage output by 20% for 3 seconds. So in the next patch they're gonna buff it, is gonna be by 25% and for 5 seconds. Well, it's not as much, but you can stack this legendary effect with the Suppressor perk, so you can suppress even more damage. Now I think this kind of weapon is going to be quite useful for a melee build, for a full health melee build, or even a low health melee build, because if you can suppress your target damage output and you have a power list like this one, well, you're gonna be good to go. So I'm really curious to test this legendary effect out when it's gonna get the buff. And the next legendary effect that is getting a buff is gonna be the Hitman's legendary effect, which is giving you right now plus 10% damage while aiming. This one is gonna be buffed plus 25% damage while aiming. So this is pretty big actually. If you have a handmade like bloodied 10 damage while aiming, you can get some good DPS out of the handmade, and also you're gonna get to 25% more damage to aim, so they really want to make us to aim much more. Now this legendary effect, it's spawning also on heavy weapons and on rifles, so this is gonna be actually really useful. Just imagine the blooded ghost rifle and you're getting plus 25% more damage when you're aiming, or a bloodied gas minigun and you're getting 10% more damage while aiming. Well, it's going to be 25% when we're getting the buff. So actually, this is going to be quite viable, and I can't wait to test it out how good it is. And the last legendary effect that is getting a buff is going to be the Basher legendary effect. So from now on, when you're going to get a weapon with plus 40% more bashing damage, it's actually going to be plus 50% more bashing damage. So yeah, I mean 50% more bashing damage, maybe it's going to be useful on a minigun if you put the shredder on it, right? Could be really good, but I don't have any weapon with bashing damage to show you because I usually just don't keep them. But yeah, that's about it. Plus 50% more bashing damage, not 40%. And other than that, all the other legendary effects like Troubleshooter, Zealot, Exterminator, Hunters, they getting 20% more buffs, so they're not gonna be 30% more reduced weight from ghouls. It's gonna be 50% reduced damage from ghouls, which is gonna be, I guess, useful. I mean, don't get me wrong, like from 30% buffet to 50%, okay, it's nice, but when I'm gonna use really Ghoul Slayer armor or Exterminator armor, the Troubleshooter one is still useful in the daily up or if you want to do encrypted, but other than that, well, not really. And this is it. Those are all the legendary effects that are getting a buff in the next patch. Now I can't wait for the Mutant one and the Nocturnal one to test it out, and also the 10% damage while aiming is gonna be plus 25% damage while aiming. So they looking good, and can't wait to try them out. Anyway, if you like this kind of video, you know what you need to do. Press the like button, subscribe, join the best Discord server in the world, leave a comment, and if you want to support the channel, you can do it here on YouTube, being a channel member, or on Patreon to get early access to all of my videos. And your name is going to be in my videos, and you're going to get supporters only videos. And obviously, see you guys in the next video.